tried to get me to work for the AC company, but I always told him I'd rather work in the AC than on the AC.
Sleep money, no weak money.
Welcome back to another episode of the Fete Kings podcast. My name is Kai Tinslick, aka Coach Kai, and today we have a very special interview. I am interviewing a friend of mine who has decided to create an oasis in the middle of Tampa, Florida, a Caribbean oasis for his friends and family to have a good time, because he's a DJ, but he wanted to bring the Caribbean to Tampa, Florida. So today we're going to have a sit-down interview with a restaurateur, a friend, a father, a visionary, DMC Vybz. Enjoy. DMC Vybz.
Thanks for having me, brother. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for being on the pod, bro. How you end up in Tampa?
Long time ago, my father decided to move from Trinidad to Tampa. He came up first. He was he moved to Fort Lauderdale first. I have an aunt living in Fort Lauderdale, so he linked up with her. He got a job at the swap shop in Fort Lauderdale.
We know that.
Yeah,
we know that
the
one.
swap shop. Yeah, right. He was managing a record store there. And funny thing, he actually used to hang out with Two Life Crew. So he has photos and stuff with him and Two Life Crew. It's weird shit. But yeah, he was there for a while. Then 6 months later, he sent for my mom and myself. We came up. The record shop was closing down. He found a job managing a hotel. So that we were managing a hotel for a couple years in Fort Lauderdale. And then he had a cousin up here, my aunt, and he came up here to see for Busch Gardens one time. And he kind of liked but we live in St. Pete, so he kind of liked St. Pete. And having her here was, a good resource for him. So he decided, things aren't really working out. The hotel didn't really have no room for growth in Fort Lauderdale. And so he decided to come up to St. Pete and give St. Pete a shot. 30 years now, 32 years. Yeah, about 32 years.
That is a long time.
Yeah, I've been up here. My dad's he opened an AC company here. Tried to get me to work for the AC company, but I always told him I'd rather work in the AC than on the AC. So I helped him for a little bit, and then I decided I gotta do my own thing. That ain't for me.
Right. I remember meeting you in the family business.
Right.
When you used to drive the truck
Yeah.
and do the ACs on the side. How long have you been a DJ?
Oh man. I started DJing officially in 2008. I was an MC before that.
Okay.
In like 2005, 2006, I started MCing. I started promoting first for a nightclub. I had a fake ID. I was 17, promoting this club called Studio Ink in Tampa. It was one of the biggest clubs in Tampa. I was doing it with a fake ID every Friday, but we'd have the biggest room, and it was a Caribbean room we created. It'll be even nights where the hip hop room was flopping. They hold about 1,000 people, maybe 20 people showed up, but our room always had 500 people in it every Friday religiously. I was doing that for a while, and then I decided to MC for the DJs. But I always wanted to DJ. I used to DJ I wouldn't call it DJing, but a rudimentary version of DJing. I had for my parents' house parties. I had like a cassette player and a CD player, 5-disc changer, and the push button.
Right.
You know what I'm
Back and
saying?
forth?
Yeah, and that's what I would do. I would
You made your own mixer.
Yeah, I created my own mixer and stuff like that back then, but that was like a rudimentary version of DJing. So, but yeah, officially 2008 was the start of.
How did you break into the international DJ scene?
It happened, I would say, I really got my international break 2016. A good friend, Katara, a mutual friend of ours, she introduced me to DJ Crossfire. He had just moved back from Japan. He moved to Tampa because he used to live in Tampa for a while. He moved back. She introduced us because I had a residency at Club Asia downtown in Channelside. And so she wanted to put him on. And then from there, he saw, we started hanging it, kicking it, politicking and stuff like that. And he would come play. I would play for some of his stuff. And then I was part of Freedom Sounds, and I ended up leaving the sound. And then I made a post and then about, somebody else actually tapping me for a sound. And the sound, I was like, the sound didn't have enough dubs. So he called me and he's like, yo, I got mad dubs. You want to join the sound? And I was like, I heard about Unity Sound and everything like that. Me and him really politic and mesh well. And I like the vision that they were going with. So I ended up joining him, and that's how I got my break. That year, I think 2018, was when I got the Soca in Japan tap. So,
Right.
and then ended up being a whole Japan tour for like a good 2 weeks straight.
I remembered when you first went to Japan.
Yeah.
You were one of the first Caribbean DJs to really go out there and do it big.
Yeah. It was huge. Yeah, that was sort of
Big up Unity Sounds in Japan.
yes. Bigger see a dog. Yeah.
Hey, you enjoying this episode of the pod? Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the fans and all of you for helping us get to our goals. This new goal is 10,000 subscribers. Right now, I need to get to 10,000 subscribers. Let's go. Come on. Back to the show. You travel all over the world with Unity Sounds, DJing and all these big stages. How do you prepare before you go into a new culture?
So one, I try to tap in with a local DJ.
Okay.
Right? I always try to tap in somebody local because they're the foots on the ground. They're the boots on the ground. They're the heartbeat of the city, right? They know what temperature is, what song's hot, what might be the local one that's popping. So it's always good to try and reach and connect to somebody there, and they'll kind of give you like, this is what's hot right now. This is what's moving. All right, cool. And I'll set myself up for that, and then obviously I do my own. I'll build my crates going into the city, thinking about, okay, what I want to break, what artists, what direction I want to go in, talk to the promoter, what's the theme for the party, and trying to build my crates based on what the theme and the vibe is for that party.
What keeps you inspired in this industry, this shifting music industry?
For me, what keeps me inspired is my culture, just the love of my culture. I want to see my culture grow to its fullest potential, and I think it has that. We have a saying, we small but we taller, right?
Mm-hmm.
We tiny but we taller, because we have small Trinidadian culture, a small island, but our culture is so big, it's so vast, it expands so many diasporas, and I think that's what really driving me. I want to see that grow, and that's what keeps pushing me and motivating me to like make it be on the mainstream level that I think it can be.
What's the most unforgettable moment you had on stage?
Oh man. It was Orlando Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
I was DJing with Spice and MCing, but this is like one of the most packed I've ever seen the stage show. Spice is DJing, I'm MCing for him, and it was just one point where I dropped the vocals, and everybody's singing, and I'm like, damn, this feeling, like, you know what I'm saying? They singing, they responding to what you're doing, and then right around like it's around where Palance was now in the like catch on.
That's 2010,
Yeah,
2011.
yeah. So we did the Palance, and everybody, and I was like, everybody moving in the direction I tell them to move, and I was like, yo, I have these people in the palm of my hands. I'm seeing people's emotions like express on their face as we play the music, and I MC and interact with people. And that was the moment that was definitely the most unforgettable.
Wow. Wait, DJ Spice. Which DJ Spice? Because there's a...
DJ Spice Tampa, Young Spice, shout out Young Spice, Freedom
Okay.
Sounds.
Freedom Sounds DJ Spice.
Yeah, Freedom Sounds.
Not New York DJ Spice.
Yeah.
Big up New York DJ Spice
Same
too.
way.
Yeah.
Team Soca, big up yourself.
We're sitting here in your lounge currently, hanging out, drinking water. What inspired you to open your own lounge?
I always wanted to have a business of my own, a lounge. I always wanted back then it was actually a club, because that was what was popping at the time. Everybody had a club. Clubs were the thing, but I realized clubs are a dying breed. Restaurant lounges are the new trend, and that's going to be the thing going forward. So I always wanted to own something, and then when the opportunity came arise with my partners, they approached me on the opportunity. It made sense. I have a love of food. Food is one of my biggest passions. So opportunity to tie in everything, music, food, everything all in one, pushing the culture forward. It was just something I had to jump on.
This place is called Lepley's. Why is it called Lepley's?
So the actor Tyler Lepley is one of my business partners. I got in touch with him through my other partner Joby. She's his road manager. So when he does his gigs and tours and stuff like that, she manages. So we've done business in the past, and she said that he was interested in opening something, and this is an opportunity for us to do it. We've done good business, so it made sense. So,
Yeah, this is a lovely place. I came to the opening of Lepley's, 3 years ago?
No, year and a half.
A year and a half. It
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
like 3
Yeah,
years,
it's been a
man.
while.
It feels like a long time because you do such good events and it's changed up so much in that short space of time. I feel like every 6 months you revamp the place, you update it, you upgrade it, you change the furniture. Now I heard, it was more of a restaurant before.
Yeah.
Now it's more of a lounge. It looked different.
You gotta change. You gotta keep one. We're in a society now where it's disposable content. You know what I'm saying? We have 60-second reels and 30-second reels, so you gotta keep people engaged and entertained. So the change has to happen every couple months or so. We gotta add something new, bring in something new. We're actually working on new food items now to bring in. We just rolled out the new drink menu item.
Okay.
So we always changing and evolving.
Which is harder, DJing or running the lounge?
Ah, damn. It's like a drink champs question. Can I say both?
You can say both.
All right. Yeah, I think honestly, I think they're both equally as hard. Uh, you have your day-to-day demands of like running the business, the inventory, dealing with your staff, and dealing with their different multiple personalities, and then the ever-changing economy. It's the same thing when you're going to DJ. You got to deal with everybody's personality. Some people might like a certain type of music, some people might not. So it's the same demands. And then I would say DJing has the most can be the most nerve wracking because if you flop a party, it's instantaneous. Yeah, you get a little bit of a chance. They might go home and talk about you. You know what I'm saying? But there's instantaneous. You see if they don't like you right away. You feel the vibe.
As
You
soon
feel
as
the
it
shift.
happens,
Yeah,
you're
you
in
feel
trouble.
the shift in the energy.
Was one thing about running this particular business, a lounge, that nobody prepared you for?
How much work the kitchen will really be?
For the kitchen?
Yeah, the kitchen. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect
Kitchen. It's a make or break situation for us. And then not realizing how much labor costs would be involved in that. That's the biggest part.
See, now you're sounding like a businessman. The DJ hat is always like a labor cost and kitchen. I would not have expected those things.
Yeah.
What is one thing people would be surprised to know about you off stage?
I'm an avid art lover. I dabble here and there. I've created my own pieces. Some pieces I've sold on a slight thing, and then most of them I build and just kind of keep in the house, and then I get bored and I might sell it and create something new. So I got a couple pieces, furniture pieces, some artwork, but it's my art's much more so stuff that I gotta build with my hand, not really painting and those kind of things,
Okay.
but like building, like I'll build furniture pieces or I'll build like a 3D art installation at the house. I have this big giant one that's like 3 foot by 4 foot. It's huge.
When you said art, I thought you were going to say like painting or drawing. So I was expecting you to say, well, yeah, come and buy my merch from Unity Songs and da 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 da. But you just said furniture.
Yeah.
Something different.
I like to work with my hands.
Advice you would want to give to a young creative that thinking about getting into the lounge space? Because now they go say like, this is the next step. Like, oh, well, I'm a DJ. Maybe I should have my own thing, my own space where I can bring people in. What kind of advice you would give to somebody like that, thinking about opening their own space?
Really do your research first and foremost, and then make sure you have enough capital. And then if you think you have enough, double it.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's something. It can turn into a money pit. There's always going, especially in the beginning stages, there's always going to be stuff you didn't anticipate, and you're going to need that capital to kind of help you. So if you aren't financially ready for it, I would stay away from it until you are. Make sure you have some kind of mentor that you can reach out to and talk to that can help and guide you through the stages. Somebody that's been doing it for a while, they can point you in the right direction with a problem that you're having.
Well, you hear that? Get a mentor.
Get a mentor. Get a mentor. A mentor is huge.
Yeah.
Just in life. And you can have multiple mentors for different aspects.
That is true.
Yeah, not just whatever field. You can have somebody for your day-to-day. You can have somebody for whatever business. You can have somebody for your love life. It's good to have multiple.
Congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
brother.
Appreciate it, dog.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
You're about to have a girl child, your
Yes.
first child.
First child.
How do you balance the DJing, the touring, the lounge? How do you balance all of this and now family?
Well, balancing is a hard thing to say. You don't really balance, right?
Okay.
Because you're giving 60% here, 40% here, 30% here. Already the math ain't math.
Yeah,
so
that's
that's not a balance,
yeah.
right? To keep the balance at home is having a communication with your partner, having a communication with your multiple partners, business partners, whatever. Communication is key.
Communication is key.
Communication.
How has becoming a parent shifted your business?
Definitely locked in more. I'm more locked in. I was not really, I wouldn't say I lackadaisical, but certain things just kind of let it run its course. But now I'm a lot more locked in because the driver's there. Now it's not just you. Because me, I'm always been a hustler. So if I ain't got $1 today, I know I'm gonna figure out some way to get it tomorrow. I could do that, but you got a child defending for you. They don't know how to do that. So now it's like the focus is different. I have to make sure I have not just $1, I have $2. You know what I'm saying? Because that child got to eat before I eat. So yeah, it's a shift, but not that big drastic, but just more makes you more laser focused, more locked in.
Yeah. Big up your wife.
Yeah.
Big up.
My wife Siobhan. Dr. Siobhan.
Doctor, thank
Dr.
you.
Siobhan.
Big up the doctor. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit. And I'm gonna ask you, looking back on your life, little boy, young version of yourself, young DMC Vybz running around the yard in Trinidad, right? What have you done currently that you could look back on that young DMC Vybz could be like, wee boy, I do that?
Actually achieving my goals. Right? That's something that I think the young me would be impressed with. When I always said I didn't want to work for nobody, I always want to work for myself, be my own boss. Did that. My goal was to DJ in Japan. I hit that. My goal was to open my own lounge, club, whatever that may be, something in the music space. Doing that right now, currently doing that. I always want to be a curator and just create space and create an energy for people. I'm doing that right now. So, yeah, I think the young me would be kind of proud of.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I looking at the accolades and the list, and I was like, oh, Vybz has some things going on. You have the hottest party in Tampa Bay. Honestly, you have the hottest party for what, 3 years now in Tampa Bay?
Yeah, 3 years now.
For the past 3 years, you've been running MVP, Music, Pump, and Vibes.
Music, Vibes, and Pump.
Oh, MVP. Sorry, Music, Vibes, and Pump.
Yeah.
Right. My apologies.
No, you're good.
What made you open MVP?
There was a want and a need in that space. Right? There was, and again, another opportunity to push the culture forward and move the needle, right? We were doing these smaller day parties at Asia, and it was hitting, but it wasn't hitting the way I wanted. I didn't have full creative control. And so it was a need for us to create a space where people can come together. It's a free up. I wanted to create parties back to where people were just dancing, not just like these section things were coming out. Sections were now coming a phase of that. Like this is like right up falling out of COVID, and COVID really created like this whole section culture where people weren't dancing and moving anymore. It's a great opportunity as a promoter. It was cool because we made a lot of money, so it was great. But it took away from the vibe.
Okay.
And so I wanted MVP to be the place that we can get that vibe back, and then get a piece of Trinidad and a piece of that culture year round. You know what I'm saying? Those who can't make it, some people, we have 2 colleges here. A lot of kids come up here on student visas. It's hard for them to travel. They miss a piece of home. So we just wanted to create a place. I wanted to create that culture again, that feeling, that energy, that vibe, that carnival, that euphoria, Juve morning, or you go into a tribe like night or something like that I wanted to create that feeling again.
And you have that feeling here. Like whenever I come to MVP, it is always a good party. And you always bring in international DJs, other international DJs. I see them all the time. You made sure. How often do you do it?
We do it once a month.
And you also have a festival?
A festival's in the works. So MVP was actually, that's the ultimate goal of it. So let me backtrack a little bit. There was another promotion company I started called Afro Indolove. And that was the ultimate goal of Afro Indolove, was to be a street festival. Okay. Right? And the concept behind that was to bring the diaspora together, because you have the African culture and the Indian culture, especially in Trinidad, and throughout most of the Caribbean, there's a lot of African and Indians, and there's a slight separation, because you have the whole indentured servant versus slaves, and all that, colonialism. So the goal of that was to bring everybody together. So you're supposed to have somebody selling dashikis on the opposite side. They're selling saris. If they're doing, and then you had another right next to the Indian would have been another African like kind of food, and then across that would be the Indian. So it's
Integrated.
yeah, they kind of mirror each other, right? So it's just you're showing the similarities and not so much the separation.
Right.
So if you look across, you're seeing the Shikis. Well, damn, the saris look just like the Shikis. You know what I'm saying? That was the whole concept of it, and that's. But Afro in the Love, I didn't have the support and the structure behind it. MVP happened. Partner with my business partner Angelique, Big Ange now.
Put respect on her name.
She a
DJ Big.
Yeah, big DJ now.
DJ Big Ange.
Yeah, big up yourself, dog. I partnered with her, and then now that's that. All right, we took what Afro in the Love started, took it to another level, and now that's the ultimate goal is to have a festival version of MVP where we somewhere downtown like Curtis Hickson Park or whatever, a big forum here in Tampa. We can go and do that.
Now, for the past 2 years, MVP has done that's what I thought was more of a festival. What do you call that event, that annual event that you do with yourself, Angelique, Lurbs?
We call that the Blocko.
Oh, it's a Blocko. Okay.
Yeah, that's a Blocko. That's a Blocko.
But is it MVP Blocko?
Yes, it's MVP Blocko. So MVP is the brand name, and then you have like MVP Day Party, you have MVP Blocko, you have MVP Diaspora. Diaspora is more of like an Afrobeat, I'm a piano forward event that we do.
Okay.
We'll bring in like DJ Jumby, shout out Jumby, that's Rema's official role DJ. Flygerian, those kind of cats, and then again trying to bring the cultures together, show the African and the Caribbean cultures how similar they are. You know, so that's the point of diaspora. But yeah, we have multiple versions. MVP is the flag, that's the brand, and then we have these parties that fall under the umbrella.
Oh yeah, because I came to your Blocko and I was like, this is an amazing event.
Appreciate it.
It was a.
Look out for Blocko. Come back this October.
October.
Yeah, the week before Miami Carnival.
Right. So the week before Miami Carnival, Tampa, Florida, Blocko. MVP, Blocko.
MVP Blocko.
We go into the rapid fire section of the interview now. Right. I have a few questions. We go just run through them. And let me see if you could answer them.
All right.
Favorite city to DJ in?
Japan. Tokyo to be exact.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you did what at 6 cities in Japan.
Yeah. Shibuya is my favorite. I like Shibuya. The energy is different.
Shibuya.
Yeah, Shibuya.
Even the word Shibuya sounds amazing.
Right.
Signature dish here.
I would say the jerk lamb chops, mashed potatoes, and asparagus.
Man, say that again. That sounds real good. The chef in yet? Because I hungry.
Yeah, we have one more. The chef could be here. 1 hour.
That sounds real good.
Yeah.
Best piece of advice you ever received?
Pick your partner wisely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Deep.
Yeah. Pick your partner wisely. You go a long way if you pick the right partner. Point proven. Shout out my wife.
Good one. Good. I like that save there. Where can people find you and follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at DMC Vybz, Facebook at DMC Vybz, all social platforms at DMC Vybz, and then www.dmcvybz.com.
Oh, wow, man. Everything
DMC Vybz, and at Music Vibes and Pump on social media if you want to stay locked in when we have the next MVP party.
Unity Sound.
And Unity Sounds as well. Yeah, shout out Unity Sounds. Follow me at Unity Song. The whole team's on there. Crossfire, Bigger C, Sir Henry. Sir Henry's in Kenya. Bigger C's in Yokohama. Crossfire's here with me. Rest in peace, Super Coop just passed away. I don't know, bro. He was in Jamaica.
You've been doing it, Major, and I really appreciate having you on the podcast.
Appreciate you having me. Appreciate the invite, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Respect. Props to you, bro. Doing your thing. I see you out there, man. Big shit, man. Big things.
You got to do something different.
Yes, sir.
You got to
Yes,
change
sir.
up the
Yes,
story.
sir.
I really want to thank DMC Vybz for coming through today, and I want to thank everybody for watching. This has been another episode of the Fete Kings Pod with Coach Kai. Till next time.